hello everyone. This is the Lightspeed free webinar, Shorting and Professional Trading Features on Lightspeed Trader. If we could just get a few quick posts to make sure that you hear me loud and clear and you can still see the slides, I'd appreciate that. Okay, thank you guys, I appreciate it. All right, so we're going to get started. To start out, I just have a couple of quick slides that we need to go through. So we have our standard disclaimer that we need to read here. This presentation is for informational purposes only. Nothing presented today should be construed as investment advice or a recommendation to buy, sell, or hold any security or contract. Since we don't know everyone's investment objectives or risk tolerance, we are not endorsing any specific trading strategies. Security, derivative, and futures trading involves a substantial risk of loss and is not suitable for all investors. Each investor must consider whether this is a suitable investment, since you may lose all or more than your initial investment. Past performance is not indicative of future results. Lightspeed is a division of Lime Brokerage LLC. Lime Brokerage LLC is not affiliated with these third-party market commentators, educators, or service providers. Data, information, and material are provided for informational and educational purposes only. This content neither is nor should be construed as an offer, solicitation, or recommendation to buy or sell any securities or contracts. Any investment decisions made by the user through the use of such content is solely based on the user's independent analysis, taking into consideration your financial circumstances, investment objectives, and risk tolerance. Lime Brokerage LLC does not endorse, offer, nor recommend any of the services or commentary provided by any of the market commentators, educators, or service providers. Any information used to execute any trading strategies are solely based on the independent analysis of the user. Okay, so on to the next slide. So my name is Joe Ely. I'm a registered rep here at Lightspeed. If you have questions, you need more information, or would like a demo of the Lightspeed Trader software, or are interested in opening an account, please contact me. Email is jely@limebrokerage.com. So moving on here, let's see. I'm just going to shut down these slides. The first thing I wanted to do was bring up the Lightspeed website. So yeah, let's see. All right, so the Lightspeed website should pop up there. So a few things on the material that we had to cover, you can find directly on the Lightspeed website. So you only have access to log into the website if you are a customer. So if you're not a current customer, you won't be able to do this, but current customers can, and you all have access to this. So I'm just going to log in here real quick. It'll just take a second. All right. So, you know, this is just a small IRA account that I have. So, you know, this is a live account, so you can actually see what a customer would have. But across the top, you have various information: my view, research, reports, funding, shorts. Today's webinar is mostly on this tab here, shorts. So we have our easy to borrow search, borrow rates. The borrow rates is cost for holding a short position overnight. So if you know you're day trading all day on an easy to borrow stock, you're not charged anything. But if you do decide to hold it overnight, there could be a overnight short position fee, and that would be found by clicking on this box here, and it brings up a list of all the different stocks and what the cost is. So if you look at symbol A, cost is 0.0063 per share, and that's what you would pay for an overnight short position fee. Really don't like starting off with fees, but it just made things easy. Easy to borrow search. looks like the screen paused. Do you guys see the easy to borrow search? There we go. It looks like it might be coming through now. There we go. Okay. So again, you go to shorts and then easy to borrow search. You want to search for a stock to see if it's available. Here, it looks like the last one I searched for was TVIX. I hit submit. If it's on this list, it means it's easy to borrow. So the list found TVIX, the search found TVIX, so you can short that today. We want to search for, I don't know, we'll just put F in there for Ford, and what will happen is it'll come back with any stock with F in it, unfortunately, but you get the idea. You know, if you know the symbol, MSFT, for example, search, it found it. Let's see, try another one, Tesla. Tesla's available. If it's not available to short, you know, it would come back as not available. Does anyone have a stock that might be hard to borrow, that might not be available, that I could type in to see if it's available? There we go. I got a bunch of them. Okay. Okay, so I typed in AKER, not available. Another good one, UVXY. Let's see. UVXY is available. So when I typed in the AKER, you saw that it was not available, and there it says no symbols match the search. So that stock is hard to borrow today. Also on the website, non-marginable securities, same thing. This tells you whether a stock is marginable or not. Search for TVIX, didn't come back with a match, so that stock is marginable. Let's see, we'll put in Microsoft. You know, so Microsoft is marginable. Let's try that other one, AKER. It seems like that one is marginable, but that's where you search to see if a stock is marginable or not. And this is a pretty good tool. I mean, it's available 24 hours a day. You can log in and use it at any time. While we're on the website, for those of you that are new, let me see. I'm just going to pull up the Lightspeed website. Anyone else have questions about this login page? Real quick, I don't really want to. Microsoft is marginable. Someone's asking a question. Kelly is asking. Kelly can't hear me. Let me reply back. All right, there we go. Jeff, Microsoft is marginable. Someone asks, does the demo login work on this page? It does not. All right, so I'm just going to pull up the Lightspeed website really quick, and then we'll get into the actual platform. I'm going to log into the Lightspeed Trader platform and show you all of the shorting and marginable features available on the platform. So this is just our main page. If you go to pricing, commission, here you can see our commission rates for stocks. It starts at 0.0045 per share, and the rate goes down based on activity. So the more active you are, the more shares you execute per month, the cheaper your commission will be. I'm not sure what exactly you guys see. I think you only see the top part, so I'm going to scroll down here a little bit more. There we go. So we start at 0.0045 per share. Once you hit 250,000 shares, it goes down to 0.0035, and then lower. With the 0.0045, the minimum is $1. For every other tier breakpoint, the minimum is 100 shares. So at the 0.0035 commission, it would be 35 cents. If you prefer per trade, a per trade commission rate, we start at $4.50 per trade and go down from there based on activity. You hit 250 trades per month, it goes down to $4. Options, 60 cents a contract with a $1 minimum is our starting point, and then goes down based on volume. Same thing with futures. If you do want to open an account, this yellow button here, you just click on it, and then you go into the new Lightspeed new account application. Someone asked if we service IRA and Roth IRA accounts. Yes, we do. We can open both. My internet's kind of slow right now. It's just trying to go back to the home page here. Let's see. All right, there we go. So we offer multiple different trading platforms. People ask all the time, why do you offer so many different platforms? You can see Lightspeed Trader, our web mobile, LiveAllX, Sterling, as EMS, which is Realtick. The reason we offer so many different trading platforms is some people prefer one over the other. Obviously, most of our clients do like the Lightspeed Trader platform because of the speed of order entry and execution, but other traders that have used some of these other platforms in the past prefer them for one reason or another. All right, so I'm going to close this down and then log into Lightspeed Trader. Okay, everyone should now see Lightspeed Trader. I have a very simple small page up because I'm running this from home, but you can customize it so that you have as many level 2 screens, as many charts as you really want. So you can see I have my level 2 here, simple level 2. Order entry, I have a watch list. It's not populated in the lower left-hand corner. I got a chart, got my orders window, my messages window, and my account information, positions in the upper right-hand corner. I see another question here. Someone asks, for an existing customer, can you change your commission structure, or do you just have to open a new account? You can change your commission structure anytime you want. If you want to move from per trade to per share or vice versa, you just have to email us and we can make the change. We let people change whenever they want, but we don't let people constantly change back and forth. It's not something that's advisable. But if you start out trading on per share, because you're only executing 100 shares or 200 shares a trade, you want to pay a low commission, then you start trading more actively and you're trading 1,000, 2,000, 5,000, you want to go to per trade, we can certainly do that for you. So we're on the Lightspeed Trader platform right now. If you look at the level 2 screen, so right here I have Apple. In the upper right-hand corner, it says this little green E. That means easy to borrow. So I could short Apple just right through the platform and the order will get executed. To the right of it, it says 25%, so that's the margin requirement. So 25% means that it's fully marginable. If we put in something like TVIX, so TVIX is still easy to borrow, but it has a 100% margin requirement. You have to pay for it in cash. Someone asked about AKER earlier. There we go. So this is locate required, meaning you would have to see if we can borrow shares for you. That's with this L, and it's 100%, so it's you have to pay for it in cash. Now, if something is locate required, we have a separate short request window where clients can actually request shares of a specific stock directly on the platform. So in this instance, since it's an L, we could possibly locate it. If there was a T here, that would mean that it's a threshold stock and it's not available to short. So if I want to try to locate something that's locate required, I open up my short request window. And this is a system built right into the trading platform. Choose short request, and it pops up right here. Okay. AKER 100, so I'm going to click locate. I don't know if it's going to locate this late in the day. Okay. It says inventory does not exist, so we were not able to locate those shares for you to short. Does anyone else have another symbol that might be hard to borrow that we could try to run a short request on? Here we go. LK, Luckin Coffee. So I'm going to close that short request. I'm going to open a new one here. We're going to click locate. All right, so this one we were able to locate it. So you see I sent a request for 100 shares of LK. It came back that it's available. The cost is 0.024 per share. So that's 2.4 cents per share. So on 100 shares, the cost is $2.40. If I click accept, it's going to let me short LK up to 100 shares. If I hit cancel, I'm not charged the fee, and I can't short the stock. If you do accept it, you have those 100 shares for the entire day, so you can use them over and over again. So, for example, if you day trade 100 shares, you buy it, you sell it. You sell it short, and then you buy it back. As soon as you cover it, you can do another 100 shares. And as soon as you cover your position, your 100 shares, you can do it again. You can short it 100 times, 100 shares at a time, as many times as you want throughout the day. Now, this fee is only for day trading. So if you do decide to keep it overnight, it's possible that you do get charged an overnight short position fee. Does anyone have questions about shorting, about how to locate stock? All right, I see a few questions come in. So Lewis asked a question about the fee. So the fee is $2.40. You get charged that once, and that 100 shares is good for the day. So 2.4 cents is a mid-range. I've seen pricing very, very inexpensive. I've seen 0.002 per share might be, or 0.004 per share might be a reasonable cost. That would be 20 cents or 40 cents for 100 shares. I've also seen it very, very high where it's 12 cents or 15 cents for 100 shares. So that would be $10 to short 100 shares. If you want to do 1,000 shares, it could be $100, and that would be definitely on the higher side. Someone asks, what does short sale mean? So just quickly, a short sale means that you are selling a stock that you don't own with the hope that you're going to buy it back later cheaper. So this stock I have up right now, LK, is $4.39. If we sold it here at $4.39, we would be short, and then we would try to buy it back later in the day at a lower price of, say, $4. Someone wants me to check Apple. Let's see. Apple is easy to borrow, so you can just short that at any time. Does the fee charge right away or only when you decide to click sell? So as soon as you hit accept, you're going to be charged that fee. We typically charge that fee as a separate fee line on your cash activity the following day. So you would see a fee, short locate fee for LK, and it'll say $2.40, and you'll see that the next day. Got a lot of questions coming in. This is good. All right. Cynthia is following up on our question. So you would only be able to buy it cheap later in the day if the price goes down. It's really the exact opposite of buying long. So you buy it, you hope it goes up, and sell it at a higher price later. It's the same thing, just in reverse. All right, a couple more symbols people wanted to look at. LS. That didn't work. Maybe that's not a symbol. Michael, do you have another symbol you wanted to look at? APRN. This one is threshold, so this one is not available at all. So you see the red T, that means that it's not available to short. People are asking questions about how you see the available to short list. I can do that at the end of the webinar, again, where I have to log back into the Lightspeed website. Roman asked a good question. So if you do locate a stock like this LK and you hit accept, you're going to be charged that fee regardless of whether you sell it short or not. So as soon as you hit accept, you're accepting that fee, and we've set those shares aside for you for the entire day, so you do pay the fee. Someone has a question. A lot of questions. This is pretty good. Someone asks, we have a product called Lightspeed Pro or similar name. Is this the platform you're looking at right now? Yes, this is the Lightspeed. We call it Lightspeed Trader. It may have been called Lightspeed Pro previously, but it's Lightspeed Trader. Got another question. Dominic, I'm not clear on your question. If you could repost that. Someone asks, where can we rewatch this? This webinar is being recorded, and it will be posted to our website. Typically, it gets posted in about 2 days. Another person, Tim, has a good question. So the overnight short position fee, is it a one-time fee, or is it applied for each night you hold a swing trade? The overnight short position fee does get charged each night that you hold it short. I have seen, a lot of very reasonable overnight short position fees. I've also seen fees that are extremely high, so you do need to be careful with that. Someone asks, what's CB mean on the stock? CB means circuit breaker. So if you Google what is a stock's circuit breaker, you can find a page for Investopedia, and it explains it very, very clearly on Investopedia, but it means circuit breaker. So if you Google stock circuit breaker, you can find the details on that. It limits whether you can short or how you can short in certain market conditions. Don asks, so if you short a stock and you buy it back the same day, is there anything else you need to do at the end of the day? No. So if you sell it short and you buy it back in the same day, that's a round trip day trade, short day trade. There's nothing else you need to do. Someone asks, do you see limit up, limit down on this platform? LULD is what it stands for, and you do see that. LULD would show up on the level 2 screen, so you would see it as a 4-digit indicator right here on the level 2. A current client asks, I don't see the short request feature on my login. Is there any place special you need to go? Jason, you need to actually request it. So you can email me directly, or you can email service@limebrokerage.com. You need to request the short request feature. There's like a one-page agreement that you have to agree to. Once you agree to it, we can add that feature to the platform. So if you're a current client and you don't see this short request feature, just contact us and we can add it for you. Another good question. Someone says on another platform that he uses, there is a button that says short. On Lightspeed, there is not. So on Lightspeed, all you do is sell an existing, sell a stock that you do not own, and it will go short. So here we'll put in Ford. It's easy to borrow. If I want to short this right now, it's priced at 468. This is a demo account, so I just hit the sell button, and you can see I just sold 100 shares. If you look in the position up here, it says -100, so I'm short Ford. On Lightspeed, you just hit the sell button. There is no short button. Then when you decide you want to cover it, you just hit the buy button. So I'm going to click on this 469 price. It updates my price. I hit buy, and it covers the position for me. All right, looks like I lost my questions here. All right, there we go. Got them back. Other questions? Neil asks, can you see an example of limit up, limit down? You would have to tell me a symbol that you think it might apply to, and I could type it in and we could see if it was there. Someone asks about the level 2 screen. They want to know if you can expand the markets on the level 2. We only see one ARCA, not multiple. So yeah, we can definitely, well, on this screen, SPY, you can see there are multiple ARCAs there. On the other symbol that I had, there probably just was only one quote at the time because it's post-market. But we do provide level 2 depth of book, so you're going to see all bids and all asks for all exchanges. That data cost is $55 per month. This short request, feature is only available on the Lightspeed Trader platform. I have someone asking, Michael is asking whether he can have that short request on a different platform, the Sterling Trader platform, and unfortunately it is not available. It's only available on the Lightspeed Trader platform. People are starting to ask questions that don't really apply, but I'll try to answer them really quick. Someone asked, what's the fastest way to put in a stop order after you place an order? Hotkeys are the fastest way. You would have to set up a custom command and set up a hotkey to enter your stop order. Jeff asks, he thought limit up, limit down was on futures, not stocks. No, it is available. It is on stocks as well. A lot of questions. If I want to, Alex, your question is not clear to me. If you could retype the entire question, hopefully I can answer that for you. Neil asks a question: is there a speed difference between this platform versus a direct access platform? Just from our name alone, I mean, most people realize, but Lightspeed is designed for speed. I mean, that's what we have made our business on. You know, our platform is designed to be able to enter orders quickly and get fast executions. I've spoken to hundreds, if not thousands, of traders that have used Lightspeed Trader as well as other platforms, and the vast majority have told me that Lightspeed Trader is faster than any platform they've used. Current clients, for example, that have used Lightspeed, have used some of the other platforms that we offer, they seem to think that Lightspeed is faster. And again, all of our platforms are going to execute trades. If it's a marketable trade, it's going to execute it typically, far less than a second. And the difference between Sterling and Lightspeed Trader might be, tenths of a second, if there is a difference. But it's going to be extremely fast. Are there hotkeys for short selling? Yes, of course. You can set up a hotkey to do virtually anything. Someone asked about Lightspeed News. We have a very basic news window. It's just a feature. You go to New and then News, and then you have a very basic news headline that is available. And this is an example of it right there. Got a couple of current customers saying Lightspeed's great, very fast. Appreciate that. Thank you, guys. So Alex rewrote his question. Sounds like a question others might have as well. If I want to short a stock under a certain price, can I pre-enter my order ahead of time? For example, current price is $10.10, but if it goes under $10, I have an order pending to go short under 10. Yes, you can do that. So it would just be a sell stop. So it's currently $10.10. You enter a sell stop at 10. As soon as it hits 10, it's going to go live and sell at the market. You can also do a sell stop limit. As soon as it goes under 10, you can set a limit price of say $9.95. So the 10 would be the trigger, and then the $9.95 would be the limit order that would go live. Here's another good question, a little bit off topic, but good question nonetheless. Do settings in your demo account carry over to your live account? We provide a lot of demos to prospects and new customers every day. What you can do is save your layout that you create on your demo. You go to Layout, Save Layout As. So here, I'll just do it real quick. Layout, Save Layout As, and then you save it to your computer. So I typically save it to my desktop, give it a brand new name, and say Joe Layout and then the date. And that way, after you have your live account, you go to Layout and Load Save Layout, and then you can choose that layout that you saved from your desktop and load it. Let's see what else we have. Yeah, there's a lot of questions coming in, so it's likely that I've missed some, that's for sure. Can we do bracket orders? In certain circumstances, you can do a bracket order, but you would have to enter 2 separate orders in order to do so. Someone wants to see an example of a sell stop limit. So you just change the order type. So this is the drop down for the order type. You choose stop limit. So SPY is 263.71. You would enter, your limit and your stop price. So my stop price, we're going to lower it to say 263 even. And then my limit price, we might, go below that, 262.90. So the current price is, 263.78. We got my stop price, my limit price. We hit sell, and the order goes live. You can see it's pending right here. It's white. Hasn't gotten filled yet. So as soon as it hits 263, it's going to send that limit price at 262.90 to sell. All right. Just have one or two more questions. Do you pay interest if you sell and buy on the same day, but do not keep the position overnight? No, there's no interest charge for day trades. So if you place a day trade, you get out of it the same day, you're not charged interest. The only time you're charged interest is if you hold a position overnight and that position is greater than the equity in your account. For example, if you have $25,000 in your account and you hold $30,000 worth of stock overnight, you're going to pay interest on that $5,000. So you're just paying interest on the amount that you went over your equity. Someone asked, can you short at the market? Yes, you can place a sell short at the market. It's just sell market. I have a question. Is there such thing as a level 3? Level 3, as I understand it, is a system only available to market makers. There have been a lot of brokerage firms out there that say that they have level 3 and they offer it to their clients. But the way I understand it is the level 3 system is provided by NASDAQ and only available to NASDAQ market makers. It's the system that they use to make markets. Patrick asked, will the stop limit order execute before 263? Not before 263. That was my trigger price. So as soon as it hit 263, it was sending the order to sell at 262.90. If 263 was the best price, it would get filled there. If it popped up to penny 263.01, it might get filled there. But no, it's not going to get filled until the stock trades at 263. Tracy has a good question. She asks, if a stock is on short sale restriction, how can you enter on an uptick? So if you look at SPY right here, it's 263.64 by 263.70, and you see the time and sales on the right. So, it's trading at 263.65. If the next trade goes off at 263.66, that would be an uptick, and you would be able to sell it at that price. Have people asking questions that, would really be, better handled directly as opposed to in a webinar at this point. So if you have any, real specific questions where you need help entering orders, you can contact me directly or contact our service group. I really think that would be the best way to handle that. Just going through the questions here, and again, if you do have specific questions about how to do specific things on the platform, if you email me, I'll be more than happy to answer them. Email is jely@lightspeed at limebrokerage.com. But I think we really went through all of the main features, that we offer as far as selling short, whether stocks are marginable or not, overnight short positions, and all of that material. Some of the other features on the platform that a lot of people like, if you go to new, there's features in here like LightScan. It's a powerful scanning program built into the platform. A lot of traders like this block trades. If you want to scan the market for trades 10,000 shares or more, as an example, you can do that in the block trades. Options most active. A lot of options traders like that. They want to see the options where most of the volume is in, so that's a good feature. Risers and fallers. This is simply a list of the stocks that have risen or fallen the most on the day. Order imbalances. I don't see as many people using this as much anymore as they used to, but at the end of the day, if you're trading a listed stock, a New York or Amex stock, and there could possibly be a closing order imbalance, there are traders that do use that to identify potential trading opportunities. Halted symbols list. That's useful for a lot of traders as well. Fundamentals. We have a basic fundamentals window on the Lightspeed Trader platform. That's where you find it here, fundamentals. Down at the bottom, we have TipRanks. TipRanks is a company that provides this service to us. It's analyst ratings, so you can view what different analysts' ratings are on stocks. SMA, social media analytics, I believe is what it stands for. What they do is they use Twitter, and they have a very powerful algorithm and sorting engine to scan Twitter for conversations on stocks, and then they rate each individual user and determine whether they're a trusted source of potential information or not. And then they come up with things like social media analytic sentiment odometer, sentiment trend, top 10, and so forth. So this is relatively new on the trading platform, and I'm not going to go in details about some of these features now, but I really wanted to point some of these additional features out because some of our traders, some of our existing customers, as well as prospects, don't know that they're available. But this is new within the last few months, and it is something that's very interesting. And I think that's all of the features that I wanted to point out to everyone so that they were aware that they are available. I really appreciate everyone's time, and I hope that you did learn something about shorting, locating stock, as well as overnight short positions, marginal stock, non-marginal stock, and the such. Again, please do email me if you have questions or if you're interested in a demo or opening an account at Lightspeed. Again, the email is jely@limebrokerage.com. I appreciate everyone's time, and I hope you have a good evening. Thank you so much.